Everyone back to an Academy Crypto video. I hope you guys are doing well, and today we're back with another banger PulseChain video giving you guys the latest and greatest of crypto news. Unfortunately, we're not meeting at better terms, but this is the current state of the crypto market, and we're going to talk about that today. It's just the end of the bull market, guys. I'm going to be very honest with you guys, okay? After making videos for 2 years, hoping for the altcoin season, I don't want to lie to you guys. So especially with all the data, especially with the past few days and dumps, the price today is super down. I still believe we're going to see an altcoin season. I still believe that we are just starting the bull run. As crazy as I sound, and I'm going to actually provide you some data-driven points. I've mentioned this many times, guys. The business cycle. Can we stop talking about the 4-year cycle? It was never a magic number 4. It was always the cyclical sine wave of the business cycle. We're going to cover why are things very bearish and why we've been through worse, right? But of course, people's sentiments make it seem as if it's way worse. But yes, don't get me wrong. Like, Ethereum is way down today because of some hacks, because of a lot of KOLs are talking negatively. But guys, since when was the majority right? Right? We're going to go through some bottom signals. Okay, now I'm not calling for the bottom. Prices can go even lower, actually. Okay, it's tough. But the main takeaway from this video, that I don't want you guys to blame the altcoins that you're holding. It's nothing specific with your altcoins, regardless of what it is, right? I'm holding PulseChain. It's to do with the external factors. Are there any catalysts? What if I told you not only did we have the Federal Reserve announce the end of quantitative tightening that's been going on for 3 years, guys? 3 years. By December 1st, right? They said we're going to freeze the balance sheet. But also, guess what? Last Friday, the Federal Reserve injected 30 billion of liquidity. Guys, this is just the beginning. I actually anticipate that there's probably going to be a stimulus check as well, just like what happened in 2020. I'm telling you, this is the beginning. When looking at the chart, when you align it with the PMI, Bitcoin, 3 out of the last 3 cycles, it topped when the PMI also topped. What's the current PMI right now? It's not even, look at this, it's not even over 50. It's under 50 index. That means technically the manufacturing industry is contracting. It's not even expanding. We're not even there yet. Like, look at this. The Bitcoin dominance is the only thing that's up right now. Total market cap 3.5. Total crypto market 3.5 trillion. Others total crypto market 233 billion. ETH BTC ratio took a big hit, right? But the chart still looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. The Bitcoin dominance, this is what we have to wait on. Guys, this is the causation right here in front of you. This is called causation. But yeah, we're going to talk more about why Ethereum is taking a big hit. We're going to start with some bottom signals. Let's look at what the people with a high number of followers, right? Because that means they're the smartest people out there, right? So from Wendy O, this is the worst effing bull market ever. Peter Schiff says, Bitcoiners are in denial. Wake up and smell the tulips. We're also going to move on to one of his other tweets, and it's crazy. Crazy. From Grand Inquisitor says, sentiment has never been lower for alts in the history of crypto. Everyone has given up. Beautiful. This is what I want to hear, because remember, the price will continue appreciating as it climbs the wall of worry. Guys, remember this. Remember this. If everyone's calling for a bear market, if everyone's calling for the top, it won't happen. The majority of people are always wrong. So let's read this. I'm out of the market. I wish I could say this that this experience was a positive one, but I'd be lying. Narrative after narrative, it feels like I'm always 2 steps behind. Everyone in my life told me that I've been wasting my life, and honestly, they are right. 5 years have gone by since entering the cryptocurrency market cycle. Market, if you can call a gambling bazaar a market. I'm exhausted and I need to step back and take a hard look at myself in the mirror. I wish you guys nothing but the best. Please do not contact me. And then from here, Yazan says, sorry guys, I'm quitting crypto now. It's over. Stocks have been setting new all-time highs every week. Gold printing all-time highs every week. This man clearly doesn't know about this. The path to altcoin season. My man's saying, let me go to stock market because it's setting new all-time highs every week. That's called herd behavior, guys. Why wasn't he in the stock market before it was setting new all-time highs every week? He's following the green candles. He's waiting for the chart to update. That's way too late. My friend, you are becoming the exit liquidity. Okay? And majority of people are, unfortunately. Okay? No one said investing, trading is an easy game. Okay? Unless you're in this long-term position. And if you are, the formula is very easy. Do nothing for long periods of time. The greatest investors are great at doing nothing, guys. They're great at doing nothing. So remember this. Take a screenshot. Phase 0 is gold going up. Some people, for example me, I put gold, I trace it on top of Bitcoin daily chart with an 8-week delay. Some people put it on like 11-week delay, and some people put a 100-something day delay. And I'm telling you guys, things are looking good for Bitcoin. Okay, things are looking really good. Even when we look at the RSI on the monthly. In our previous all-time high, we didn't reach overbought on the RSI compared to the previous tops in the previous cycles. That shows potential, guys. And of course, the main one that I always talk about is the 50 weekly moving average for Bitcoin. We haven't broken, we haven't closed, okay, keyword is closed a weekly candle under the 50 weekly moving average. So everyone needs to relax. Relax. So let's move here. From Royson, big shout out to him, says governments, institutions, companies stacking Bitcoin in billions, and you think this cycle is over? Gek. Facts. People literally think, look at this. Peter Schiff again says Bitcoin works so long as there is a growing supply of fools who believe nothing is something. All right. Says the guy, right, with fiat, which by the way, they can easily just click a button and it just prints it. It's no longer backed by it's no longer like a hard currency backed by the gold. The Federal Reserve didn't want any of that because they said, oh, actually now it doesn't give us any freedom to print more money because now we have to have, equal amounts in gold reserves. And what if people all of a sudden wanted to claim the gold? Like, let's depeg from that. They wanted more control, guys. They wanted more power. Now he's calling Bitcoin, which by the way, it doesn't print itself out of thin air. It needs energy to build the blockchain, which also plays part of its security, my friend, right? And inflation actually here is an example of good inflation because it pays the people who are directly mining it, keeping the chain alive, keeping the chain secure. And now look what he says next. But when that supply stops going up, right, i.e. when it reaches 21 million at some point, fair, the price of Bitcoin starts going down. Did this guy just throw economics 101, the supply and demand concept, right? When there's less of a supply, but with at least equal demand, yeah, price is going to increase way higher than before. And here he says, causing some people who once believed to stop believing. When enough people stop believing, Bitcoin crashes. What? Says the guy again who believes in, fiat, which comes from the word let it be, as in belief, right? The strength of the dollar is solely on people's belief in it, guys. It's a house of cards. It's scary. And the majority of people that hold it don't know about the diminishing buying power that debases every single month. That the country, as in United States, they are incurring more debt than making productivity, GDP. Like, it's getting bad. 37 trillion and counting. 6 billion gets added to the debt per day. 1 out of 4 tax dollars goes to paying back debt. That's a whopping 25%. The only solution, my friend Peter Schiff, isn't gold, right? Where half the demand of gold goes to the jewelry business. The answer is crypto is the last resort. Bitcoin is the last resort for the US dollar. It is at risk right now for the US dollar to no longer be the world reserve currency, right? With the whole thing that we're seeing with BRICS, right? They're starting to buy and make, China and all the other countries like in the Middle East, they're making deals for oil, but they're not paying with US dollar. That is risky. What's the leverage that the US has right now is crypto. It should and it will want to be the leading country in the crypto industry. I'm telling you, what are all these stable coins out right now? USDC, USDT. They're all USD, guys. But Peter Schiff, bro. All right, bro. You can stick to your gold. Okay? I'll see you in a month. I'll see you in a month, buddy. Anyways, we're going to move on here. Breaking. Trump insider with 100% win rate just got fully liquidated on his longs. Now, could this be on purpose just to get some eyes off from that wallet? This wallet that made shorts a minute before Donald Trump announced the 100% tariffs on China. Very suspicious, right? And they put a picture here because people are throwing rumors around that it could be Baron Trump's wallet. After 14 successful trades and 33 million in profit, he went all in and lost 45 million in a single trade. Crypto is a wild place. Yeah, crypto giveth, crypto taketh. Okay, but yeah, going back to this article that I showed, why did Fed inject 29.4 billion in liquidity, and what does it mean for Bitcoin? Now, technically, this is actually really great news. This is a great start, but not a lot of people know about this, guys. Information asymmetry, right? And this actually raises a question about the efficiency of the market. We live in a digital world where technically every single person can reach this information in a split second. They can have that as a notification. They can read that on a Twitter post. They can watch this through a free video just like this one. So if you're enjoying it, give it a like. Share it with at least one crypto bro. It will help me. I'll help you. I'm doing my part by making these free videos, guys. Are you doing yours in supporting me? I really do appreciate you, and I hope you take your time to comment down below as well. Subscribe if you're new. But yeah, while the move helps avoid potential liquidity crisis that could damage financial markets, it falls short of being also stimulative to risk assets as the Fed's other moves, such as quantitative easing. So if you scroll down, we're just going to read through these bullet points. The Federal Reserve injected 30 billion into the banking system to ease liquidity concerns, supporting risk assets like Bitcoin. The operation was the largest since 2020 pandemic, conducted via the standing repo facility to temporarily boost cash reserves and lower repo rates. This liquidity boost is a short-term measure and not indicative of a shift towards quantitative easing. Yes, it's not, indicative of quantitative easing, but guess what? It's indicative of quantitative tightening actually stopping. This is like step one. This is good news, right? We're just about to turn the tides. Keep an eye on the PMI chart. So yeah, as we said, we already saw the prices. Bitcoin is down minus 3.9% on the day. Ethereum is down 8% on the day. That is huge. And on the 7-day performance, yeah, Ethereum is big time down. Okay. This is like tough, right? This is on it doesn't change anything in terms of the macro trend, but in the micro trend, yeah, Like, this is a correction for sure. But are we going to bounce back? Are we above the 50 weekly moving average? Yes, we are. Is the ETH-BTC ratio still doing higher highs, higher lows? Yes, we are. So that's it. We move. Like, we just got to wait. It's a waiting game. Make sure time is playing on your side. Guys, we've seen what happened with 10th of October. It was a cleansing, which unfortunately was kind of needed if you think about it. Because also the leverage market in crypto is also scary, right? It's a house of cards, guys. It is a house of cards. Like, it was a cascading effect. And what's even sadder, where some people's stop losses were not triggered because the slippage went way through them. So they lost way more money than they anticipated. So yeah, how's PulseChain doing today? Of course, as you might have guessed, not doing as good. There's some tokens are pumping, like Peacock as well. So big shout out to that. Really cool stuff. You know, very strong community behind it, with Liberty Swap as well leading it. That's what you love to see. Community is utility, guys. PulseChain will be the land of meme coins. PulseChain will be the land of privacy. Will be the land of DeFi, land of passive income. A lot of things. And guess what? By the way, I will have an announcement very soon. I will be doing an airdrop. I haven't done that in quite a while. Okay, so if you are listening right now, I'll be leaving a link to my private Telegram. First come, first serve. Be there to be ready for when I announce this. Okay, so if you're not in the Telegram anytime after this, well, tough luck, because the airdrop basically goes to the people who are in my Telegram group chat, and appreciate everyone's support. So yeah, link in the description. I'll put 20 spots that will be open. So yeah, moving on here. A tweet from myself. Let's start moving on to some slightly better news. This is the worst bull market ever. Said every cycle before. Let me list out some facts to put things into perspective. It was never a 4-year cycle. 3 out of the last 3 Bitcoin tops. PMI also topped. PMI and global liquidity indexes describes where we are in the business cycle. The word cycle indicates a repeated pattern, kind of like a sine wave. Stop blaming your altcoins for not performing well. Bitcoin dominance is still high. Bitcoin's strongest bull run indicator is the 50 weekly moving average. Feds announced that they are freezing their balance sheet from December 1st. Official quantitative tightening ending. Global M2 money making new highs on the daily chart. I will show this chart in my next video. Gold rallying is step 0, as I already showed you guys. Think of it as a flow chart. Simple. It is easy to be bearish when all you read is bearish stuff. Your beliefs become your thoughts. So I'll leave you with this. Majority of people are always wrong. Minority of people are rarely right. If I've left you feeling slightly more optimistic, give me a follow. So again, if you haven't followed me on my Twitter, link in the description as well to that. So moving on here to this next tweet. From Quinton, says 18-year real estate cycle says peaks at 2026. 200-year-old farmer chart says 2026. Yeah, so this is the Benner cycle. I remember this was probably created like in, I don't know if it's 1872. I think it's 1872. It's called the Benner cycle. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, you can see here, 2026 lands in the B line, which is years of good times, high prices, and the time to sell stocks and values of all kinds. So 2026, and you know what's even crazier, by the way? If you look into the numbers inside this triangle, 3, 6, and 9. Do you want to know a fun fact? The chain ID for PulseChain is literally 3, 6, and 9. And yeah, this graphic was created in 1872. To the next graph. The 18-year real estate cycle. Again, we are here because you can see the year 2025 and it says cycle peak in 2026. Can you be patient? Can you remain solvent? So yeah, anyways, we're going to move on here to some other tweets. Big shout out to Dirty Crypto, says PulseChain. Hey PDAI, red candles hurt, don't they? The chart is speaking to you. It's asking you how hard do you believe? It's currently recruiting new strong hands and allowing people to add to their bags during the dip. At the same time, it's allowing the weak to exit near the lows during times like this. I like to focus on PDAI units rather than the USD price. Hold on. That's what I also say. We have seen this countless times. Brutal PDAI dip followed by massive X's in prices. It's kind of like a slingshot, right? And that's kind of what we're seeing like right now, this past few days. I would not be surprised if we pump later this week, because it's a slingshot, guys, right? You know, in the last days before we get a really crazy pump, we get to have a really strong dip that catches these people that are just on the brink of becoming believers, but they didn't believe enough. And I feel very bad for those people. So have an investor mindset. No financial advice. All I'm trying to say. Nothing specific with PDAI, even though I'm very, very, very bullish on PDAI and all the core 7. You guys already know. Guys, if you've been watching me, this is one of my main ecosystems. But of course, this excludes other things that I'm also bullish at, such as the Atropa ecosystem, PGZ ecosystem, other meme coins like Hog, Pika, bunch of other things. Pretty cool stuff. I can make a video that summarizes the meme coins that I really like on PulseChain. Let me know if you guys want me to do that. Anyways, going back here. November 15, PDAI buy and burn multi-chain. November 30th, Railgun. So these are things to look forward to in PulseChain. Still bullish, still believe 500x to $1. And now we're going to watch this clip here from Virtual Bacon. Again, big shout out to this guy. I started following him because he gives some very good data-driven analysis or analyses that I want to show a clip here today. So let's play this and let me know what you guys think. Well, here he starts by saying, my 3 to 6 month plan, stay bullish. Bitcoin above 50 weekly moving average, exponential moving average. Liquidity is rising and another rate cut likely by December. Altcoin sentiment reset, but dominance is still in a macro downtrend. As long as Bitcoin trends higher, alts will follow. Simple. 100%. 100%. Even though a lot of people might not say that they're related, remember, Hart's law, this is what Richard Hart taught us. The volume will trickle down. It does trickle down all the way to altcoins. Let me tell you this, there might be a delay. But if you think about it, altcoins are a leverage of success of Ethereum, which is a leverage of the success of Bitcoin, which is leverage of success of what? Like a stock market, the S&P 500. But I'll tell you a fun fact that altcoins are actually closely following the Russell 2000. Have that for an exercise. Put the Russell 2000 and the others' total crypto market cap, and you will see how very correlated they are. This is the type of things I'm teaching you guys here. After me spending, guys, we're talking like what? 5 to 8 hours a day. Like every single day. I try to learn something new in crypto. And I'm building stuff, by the way. I'm going to announce it very, 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 very soon. Whoa! It's actually, I don't want to hover it, but it's this tab right here. I don't want to hover on it because it's going to show the name of it. But yeah, that's like a utility that I've been working on the past couple of weeks. And I've had this idea for months and finally got time to build it. And I've been testing the last few days, and it's been some sleepless nights, guys. Like when you have a bug, and it's like, I don't want to go to sleep because I didn't figure it out yet. And I'm here trying to, go down this rabbit hole. And then it turns out it's something totally different. Anyways, but it's very rewarding once you, then you sleep like a baby afterwards. But I'll be announcing that very, very soon. It's pretty cool stuff, guys. At times where, hey, if you're not making money, I hope you guys are gaining knowledge, right? That's kind of the main point. Like money will come afterwards. You will leverage your knowledge. Anyways, here he says, liquidity rising and another rate cut. Yeah, we already read that. As long as Bitcoin goes. Yeah. Ignore fear, follow structure. So this is the clip.
My plan for the next 3 to 6 months is still to be bullish, remain bullish. All of the fundamentals remain the same. The only thing that have been reset is sentiment in altcoins specifically. And especially for crypto native investors, they only look at altcoins and they just don't look outside of altcoins, even into Bitcoin. And that's a mistake, in my opinion. You don't want to be fearful just because altcoins liquidation happened, market flush happened, manipulation happened, whatever you want to call it. As long as Bitcoin stays above the 50-week SMA, chances chances are it should rally to new highs
simple moving average.
25K,
Okay.
because liquidity conditions are there in terms of global M2, and rate cuts are happening. At least 2 more times are confirmed for the next 3 months. Also considering that Bitcoin dominance is still in a macro downtrend, weekly downtrend, that's the real signal you need to look at, not the sentiment signals. That's why.
Interesting. So he's talking about the weekly. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at this. We are starting to, we're no longer, we might have just broken out of the, higher highs, higher lows. Let's see are we going to make another low? Very, very interesting.
I remain bullish for altcoins. Now, whether this is a early cycle correction or late cycle correction, I don't know. You could argue that maybe this is kind of a late cycle correction similar to May 2021, and the next time Bitcoin makes a new high and altcoins start to rally, you should start to take profit. Maybe that can be argued. At least let's wait till Bitcoin catches up to the current M2 lead, and for the next 2 rate cuts to happen. So
by the way, for the global M2, I put a 75-day delay. Some people put it on like 115, but I like to keep it on a 75-day delay because I want to catch that trend sooner. Just so you guys know, if you're going to use the global M2 money supply.
That's at least till December 10th. Bitcoin rallying, above 130K, altcoins are back up again. And then we can talk about, okay, is this a good time to be selling or not?
Simple. I like that. This is a really, really great video. But guys, you know what? I'm actually going to end the video there. Okay. I want to keep this nice, short and sweet. Well, I don't know how many minutes. It's 27 minutes. So it's actually not so short and sweet anymore. But this was a video. Hopefully I've gone through enough to restore some confidence in you guys. Just remember, short term is noise. Block it. This includes geopolitics. This includes unfortunate hack events like we've seen. I'll quickly speak about it and summarize it in the next video, and a bunch of other, whales dumping. KOLs talking about, oh, that is it. This is the worst bull run ever. Oh, Bitcoin is, like Peter Schiff here is speaking about Bitcoin as if, like, bro, are you really telling me? Like, he doesn't even know that even if Bitcoin reaches 21 million max supply, like, the miners are still gonna have rewards from the what is it called, the transaction fees. Like, that's the crazy part. Yes, the block rewards will stop at that point, but you can just imagine using the supply and demand, the price could be astronomical. That is still worth it to mine for the transaction fees. But anyways, that's obviously another topic, and that's very theoretical. Like, how long will it take to reach the maximum 21 million? Because obviously every 4 years the emission, the Bitcoin block rewards gets halved. So I believe next time it's going to be around, I don't know, 0.6 Bitcoin or something like that. Are we at 0.6 already? No, I think we're at 1 point something. Yeah. Anyways, guys, listen, I'm going to end the video there. I hope you guys really enjoy this. I'll be making a video tomorrow, and I'm going to speak more about the airdrop. I'm really, really excited as well. It's going to be another kind of passive income that you guys really don't need to do anything. Okay. Yeah, it's really great. So stay tuned for that. And I'm super bullish for the midterm for crypto. I'll be here. I'll be sharing my journey. So just remember, we are stronger together. And couldn't be more proud to be part of the PulseChain ecosystem. I am so excited to be building here. I'm doing more for PulseChain. I want to represent PulseChain. I want to be here for the long run. I want to be here in the bear market, in the bull market, in the good times, in the bad times, all the times. So yeah, big shout out to the man above. Trust in the process. Trust in God. I'll see you next one. Take care.